steady, predictable pipelines linking corporate R&D spending with university research. Today, India's private R&D investment remains episodic, often limited to CSR, rather than a continuous flow that supports labs, doctoral researchers and pilot testing. Global benchmarks show how far India needs to go. In 2024, Meta invested $44 billion in research, while major U.S. corporations such as Alphabet, Amazon, Microsoft and Apple run multi-billion-dollar programs. The U.S. business sector alone spent nearly $692 billion on research in 2022. These investments are channeled through structured policy instruments such as the National Science Foundation's Industry University Cooperative Research Centers and the Semiconductor Research Corporation. China also demonstrates high corporate commitment, with Huawei spending 179.7 billion yuan, over 20% of revenue, on R&D and BYD investing nearly 7% of its revenue. India's GRD, gross expenditure on R&D, is roughly 0.65% of GDP, with enterprises contributing 2/5. However, there are bright spots. Tata Motors, Sun Pharma, Dr. Reddy's, Bharat Electronics and Reliance Industries have all invested between 6% and 8% of revenue in R&D, signaling an emerging culture of corporate research intensity. India also has successful innovation clusters such as the IIT Madras Research Park, the Defence Ministry's IDEX platform, and the India Semiconductor Mission, which integrates corporate investment skill pipelines and academic partnerships. The challenge now is scaling these examples into a national research ecosystem. The article lays out clear policy actions. First, India must set 3 rising R&D to sales ratios for key sectors such as autos, pharma, electronics, defense and energy, paired with shared IP frameworks that reward both publication and commercialization. Second, the government should expand matching grants for co-funded projects routed through higher education institutions, establish pilot lines and test beds managed by universities, and build multi-university centers around long-term problem portfolios. Third, tax incentives must be modernized, focusing on measurable outcomes such as patents, standards, clinical milestones, and proof of collaboration with accredited universities. Fourth, the talent pipeline needs strengthening through programs that train faculty and PhD scholars in industry collaboration, dual-track appointments, and corporate-sponsored doctoral cohorts. Fifth, listed companies must disclose R&D spending and the share invested in Indian HEIs, promoting accountability and elevating the status of research careers. The article concludes that India already has the required talent, laboratories, and markets. What is needed now is predictable private investment and structured collaboration so research becomes a national supply chain powering innovation, competitiveness, and self-reliance.